So you just downloaded Notion, you open it up, and now you're staring at a blank page wondering, what do I even do with this? Yeah, I've been there. And honestly, most people quit right here because Notion gives you everything, but explains nothing. Quick heads up, this video is made for complete beginners. If you already know your way around Notion, databases, and views, this one's probably not for you. But if you're just getting started or you've been using Notion and still feel a bit lost, you're in the right place. This is the video I wish I had when I first opened Notion. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to actually start using Notion today. Pages, blocks, databases, templates, no fluff, no overwhelm, just the stuff that matters. Let's get into it. All right, so what is Notion? Think of it as a digital workspace where you can build whatever you need. A to-do list? Sure. A full project tracker? Yep. A personal journal, a recipe book, a CRM for your freelance business? All of that. The reason Notion is different from something like Google Docs or Apple Notes is that it's modular. Everything is made of blocks, and blocks are just pieces of content you can move around, combine, and customize however you want. Think of it like digital Lego. Each piece does something simple on its own, but when you put them together, you can build anything. That's the core idea. Now let me show you how it actually works. Okay, so when you open Notion, the first thing you see is the sidebar on the left and a blank page. Everything in Notion starts with a page. A page is exactly what it sounds like, a blank space where you put stuff. You can have pages inside pages, which is how you organize things. Think of it like folders, but way more flexible. Now, inside a page, you have blocks. Every single thing you add is a block. A paragraph of text, that's a block. A heading, block. A checklist, an image, a quote, a table, all blocks. Here's the magic move. When you type /, this menu pops up. This is your toolbox. From here, you can add basically anything. Let me show you the ones you'll use the most. Text and headings for writing and organizing your content. To-do list, an instant checklist perfect for tasks. Bullet list and numbered list for organizing ideas. Toggle, this is a drop-down that hides content inside, super useful for keeping pages clean. And call out a highlighted box, great for important notes. That's really it. Pages hold blocks, blocks hold your content. Everything else in Notion is just a combination of these two things. Now let's talk about staying organized, because once you start creating pages, things can get messy fast. The sidebar is your navigation. This is where all your pages live. You can drag pages around to reorder them, and you can nest pages inside other pages to create a structure. For example, you could have a main page called Work, and inside it, pages for each project. Or a personal page with subpages for goals, journal, and recipes. A quick tip that saves a lot of headache: don't overthink your structure at the beginning. Start simple, you can always reorganize later. Notion makes it really easy to move things around. So don't let perfectionism stop you from just getting started. Okay, now here's where Notion goes from nice note-taking app to how did I live without this? Databases. I know the word database sounds intimidating, but in Notion it's actually simple. A database is just a collection of pages with properties attached to them. I'm going to create a table. Each row in this table is actually its own page, and each column is a property, extra information about that page. So right now this looks like a basic table, but watch what happens when I add properties. Now I have a status column. I can tag each task as to do, in progress, or done. I can add a due date, I can add a priority level, and suddenly this simple table is a full task manager. But here's the really cool part. This same data can be viewed in completely different ways. Same tasks, but now it looks like a Kanban board. I can drag tasks between columns, or I can see everything on a calendar based on the due dates. Same information, different view. That's the power of databases. You enter your data once, and then you can look at it however makes sense for you. This is honestly the feature that makes Notion different from every other app. Once you understand databases, you can build almost anything. A habit tracker, a budget planner, a content calendar, a reading list. The possibilities are kind of endless. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This is cool, but building all of this from scratch sounds like a lot of work. And honestly, you don't have to. Notion has a massive template gallery. There are ready-made setups for pretty much everything. Project management, student planners, personal dashboards, habit trackers, meeting notes, you name it. You can use these as is, or you can customize them to fit your needs. And this is actually how I'd recommend getting started. Pick a template that's close to what you want, and then tweak it as you learn. Don't try to build the perfect system on day one. Use a template, start putting your actual stuff in it, and improve it over time. That's how you actually learn Notion, by using it, not by watching videos about it. Well, except this one. This one's useful. All right, let's do a quick recap. Notion is a modular workspace made of pages and blocks. Pages hold your content, blocks are the content. The sidebar keeps everything organized, and databases are where the real magic happens. They let you manage information in ways that no other app can. If this is your first time using Notion, here's my challenge for you. Open Notion right now, create one page, add a few blocks, and just play around with it. That's literally all you need to do today. But before you go, let me show you one last thing that I think will click everything together. Let me add a new task right here in the table. I'll give it a name, a status, a date, and a priority. Just like the others, nothing complicated. And now if I switch back to the board view, there it is. The task I just created shows up automatically in the right column. That's the magic of Notion databases. You enter your information once and it works everywhere. So if you want to go deeper, I've got a video on how to build your first Notion dashboard from scratch. I'll link it right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.